Alright, what's going on everybody? My name is Hexxium and welcome back to another video. Now I know you guys really like these kind of videos where I show you malware and specifically fuck with scammers, so in the future I plan on fucking with some more scammers, specifically with malware. But for today I want to show you guys some malware and what exactly it does to your PC. So I've gone ahead and I've lined up a whole range of antivirus software, and I've also gone ahead and already installed some adware by simply browsing some pages. And we've also ended up with some kind of weird thing called Instatime, which apparently is Instagram, despite the fact that it's called Instatime down here. So anyway, I'm running this in my VM today. I'm still sick, as you guys can probably tell by my voice, so please excuse any coughing or muting in this commentary to cough. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to download a pack of malware here, which I'm aware of what it does for the most part, and I know that an antivirus solution can protect most of it, but let's just say you're a user that doesn't have any of this stuff at all, and you go and end up encountering one of these in the wild. You're basically fucked unless you know what you're doing. So let me demonstrate what most of this does. Download pack of malware. Basically, if you Google this, if I recall correctly, there's something that comes up not too far down where you can download it right here. Yep, 60 items. This malware pack right here is very, very dangerous. So if you're a user, if you're an average user, you know, you're not in a VM, anybody in general, even if you're in a VM like I am, this is highly dangerous and is not recommended. Do not download this unless you know exactly what you're doing and are willing to risk your software and your computer in general, because this will undoubtedly infect whatever you run it on, you know. So in my case, I'm going to verify for known fact here just to make sure my settings are all set right before I do this. Take a drink real quick. And as you can see, all my settings are good, so we'll get back into this and we'll just take this folder that we now have full of malware and we're going to extract it. As you can see, we got some more adware for Roblox already by just downloading malware. We haven't even run anything yet. We're going to put it here. The password is chicken. And we're going to start running some of these highly dangerous, highly bad programs. As you can see, there's a lot of them. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to be running all of them at once. And I know exactly what this does. So this will be fun. I'm going to show you guys a full removal video. For the most part, obviously there is one of these that is not removable because it's an extremely bad virus. So hopefully we don't encounter that right away. That virus, I'm not sure which egg it is, but it's called Viroot. It's a file patching virus, and when it infects your computer, you're basically screwed. The only way to fix it is to format your hard drive and reinstall Windows. So anyway, let's run all these. Yes, in the future, do not show me this dialog box. Let's run him. A lot of these are keyloggers and things like that, so at this point we're just going to disable the internet so nothing can escape, onto the network, because you obviously don't want these to escape onto the network. So we'll just go in here, pop on over to hardware, I believe it is, or yeah, hardware. We're going to unconnect it, unconnect the power on, and call it OK. Take a drink, swallow, hopefully not die from my voice dying. And we're going to run all these. Obviously one of the malware crashed, that's a shame. I was really looking forward to that malware, darn it. I'm going to run all these. I want all the malware, totally. Oh, we can't close that apparently, so I guess we're just going to keep running. Oh, we got an installer for something here. Up, down, downloader. Okay, medieval Bluetooth. Sounds like something we totally need. Condu, that's got the conduit symbol. Conduit is awful, so if you ever get infected with conduit, it's kind of hard to remove. It's kind of a bitch, so if you guys really want to, I can make a separate video for how to uninstall conduit specifically. But in this case, we're just going to install it and keep running. And that apparently installed itself. Tried to open a page. Wanted to download more malware probably. This opened up some kind of folder for itself, I guess. I don't know what everything in this folder does, but I know what a lot of it does. Like this, I have no idea what this is. I guess we're hitting that. That's the exit button, whatever. We'll just keep running more malware. Here's a site key. In my case, we're just going to put in HexxiumGaming, because why not? We're going to generate a key for my site, apparently. Generate a key. And look at that, that's the key for HexxiumGaming.com, whatever that means. And then we got some errors here. Indicate it's been corrupted. Oh, it's a shame. We got uTorrent, apparently. uTorrent Plus, some more things. Let me just take a breather here. We got keylogger downloader and installer. That sounds like something you would totally need. A keylogger? Definitely. Here's a CNET downloader. We don't need that. Fuck that. We got some more things coming in here. Let's get them all. This is all malware, by the way. Every single file here is malware, so it's pretty dangerous. That's Performer Soft. That's PC Optimizer Pro. I just installed right there. Yeah, we got, oh, installer is not available in your country. Oh no, what a shame. You have more malware, more malware. I don't know what kind of invalid country type of error you can get. Oh, uh-oh. Whoa, whoa. Our files are disappearing. That's not good. At this point, you're probably infected with Virut, and you probably are fucked, to be all honest. Right now it's doing something I don't even know. I don't think I've encountered that one before, whatever that just did. So yeah, we're just going to keep running malware. At this point, my system's becoming extremely slow, as you could tell. Everything's kind of stopped up. It's done. PDF reader, that's what it wants to install. Okay, quick installation. Install Babylon toolbar. Then change your search to babylon.com. Sure. Oh, connect to the internet. No, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do that. Not for you. Not for malware. No, no, no. Oh, we're loading. So slow. Ever so slowly we're loading. Eventually you'll reach a point where your computer will just become unusable for most people. Because if you're running this much malware, which most people wouldn't be, unless you're stupid, or unless you're me testing malware, you won't really encounter a massive amount like this, unless you're doing that. But if you happen to be, you're kind of in trouble. So basically, this will just continue to keep running more things. You can see our taskbar is fucked. Everything is fucked. And I don't remember how many are in here. Oh, we got some eggs errors. This one still wants to connect to the internet. We're not giving it that. No, the task manager looking thingy just crashed. Whoa, we're getting all kinds of errors. Am I sure I want to exit the setup? Yes. Uh-oh. System security monitor. Detected Trojan spam.xl. I don't even know what malware did that. Oh, it's this one. This is a rogue. Oh, that's a bitch to get rid of. Let me tell you. It's probably going to block everything from this point on, honestly. If you've got this rogue, you'd be safe from many other rogues, but you can't execute anything. You know, you really... This is a fake antivirus right here. It blocks everything. It blocks rkill, it blocks everything. If you can get rkill or something to run, you might be okay, but otherwise you're basically fucked. And Chameleon I don't think is going to work either. Maybe it will. But this is at the point where you become, oh, Chameleon did maybe work. As long as we don't have Virut already, we might be able to uninfect this computer. So I guess this will start your uninfection tutorial right here, I guess. Basically, as long as you have Malwarebytes already installed to your computer or have it on a USB or something or way of backing it up, you can do this. All you got to do is get Malwarebytes onto there and then open up the Malwarebytes folder. And then in there will be a chameleon.exe or explorer.exe. You run it, it kills the system processes and allows you to run Malwarebytes. From here, you can do a custom scan, which in this case I'll scan all the drives it has, and scan for everything because this is already doing it in the background. But this way, you can get rid of a lot of the malware from the system without having to do anything. But if you get locked out of your computer, you may have to go in the safe mode and do it from there, in which case, as long as you can run Malwarebytes Chameleon in some way, shape, or form, you can pretty much get rid of anything that stops you from getting in your system. Once you're in your system, then you can deal with rkill, Combofix, and a lot of other things that can remove all these other things that are the problem, you know. As you can see, mbam killer found an infection, trojan.lameshield. That is that antivirus that we had there, that fake antivirus, and it got terminated. We already got malpec.nspec, spool services, and we're going to scan the file system here. This will take a little while, so I'll cut ahead to whenever it's done. Okay, so we're back, as you can tell. Now we're in the heuristic analysis stage, and this is where Malwarebytes is going to do its overall check of all the files one last time, try to find any extra things it can find, and generally comes up with another couple hundred detections depending on how many things you had running, or what kind of infections you had. However, in my case, there won't be too many different things because I only got so much malware running before the entire thing crashed, so, you know, it is what it is. But Malwarebytes is killing it all. As you can see, it found 250 things as is before it even adds more, if it even adds more. So that is a great step in the right direction. That was 253, 254, and we're still going to keep going up until the heuristic analysis finishes, at which point we can remove all of that malware. Generally, Malwarebytes does a pretty good job of removing malware. Obviously, it can't remove everything, though. No one program can find every and remove everything in the world. So it is a good idea, as Malwarebytes spikes up here with more objects, to, whenever you do have a program like Malwarebytes, to run this first, let it get what it can. If it can't find anything, definitely use a different solution. But if, whenever you know you're infected, you know you've had something on your computer, when you run Malwarebytes, make sure you go and run something else. If you don't, you're leaving yourself at risk that something may still be there that Malwarebytes might have missed. Malwarebytes is not perfect. No antivirus solution is perfect. It won't detect everything. It can't detect everything. And sometimes things will get by it, you know. Sometimes even things that are years old will get by it, as many of the files that I'm running right now are. However, this will kill the majority of the things that we see, including that rogue antivirus at the beginning called Lameshield. So, This is a great step in the right direction for somebody who has a heavily infected machine. And as somebody who's had to repair computers in the past, this is something I would definitely do. You know, I would definitely sit here and use Chameleon because it is a definite solution to the majority of problems. You know, at least it's a step in the right direction. It lets you get to your desktop, at which point you can boot up something else like Hitman Pro or something along those lines to check for any further infections and delete any history. So here we are at the end of Malwarebytes. We found 1,362 potential threats or unwanted programs. As you can see, the system, within about 5 minutes, not even, was completely fucked by everything I ran. Granted, the things I ran were majority malware, known malware, and adware. However, these are definite things that you could encounter in the wild, you know. That's why they were put into that pack originally, because they are very dangerous. And there's a whole majority of them right here. You can even see that the unwanted software we had originally that I downloaded as adware while just setting up this video is even detected over there, the driver update. So that is great. You know, Malwarebytes did a great job. There's a fuckload of things in here, including Sweet Player and the other things that are all adware. Basically, Malwarebytes found all the adware, and we're going to remove that. And we're going to finish. It's going to ask you to restart the system generally. Not every time, but it would be a definite good idea in this case. So let's see if we can get this to work here. They've been quarantined. I can't really see the quarantine, so it's not helping me Malwarebytes, but in general, at this point, you would want to restart your system, so that's what we're going to do. Go up here, and we're just, at this point, you could either do, there's a few things you could do. You could do Control-Delete, which may or may not work. It's, I believe it's this key up here. Yep. And I don't believe it works right now. I believe the system's unresponsive. So if you had something like this where it became unresponsive, basically what you would do is you would either end it. Oh, I just did that, which ends it. And at this point, everything that Malwarebytes has found should be removed for the most part. It's still trying to run some more items, so we're just not going to allow it to run. Cancel and cancel, 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 cancel. And some of these, oh, there goes the Explorer.exe. Now, there's still a whole host of infections on this machine that are a very serious problem. Uh-oh, we got our malware back. So, basically, what you would have to do is you'd have to get this to run and hope that nothing happens like this, because once this happens, you're in for a whole host of trouble. This, however, should be like, yep, there we go. There, but now at our desktop, our kill's going to kill off some things, so then we can talk here and actually make a tutorial properly. Basically, when you have an infected state like this, you would go through all that stuff, properly shut down your system, not cancel it like I did, and you'd be able to get back to your desktop generally. And then from that point, you need to run things like Rogue Killer, Malwarebytes, and everything else to fix this problem. I believe at this point Malwarebytes may be infected with a file infecting virus, so Malwarebytes itself might be dead. Yeah, and Arkill itself, well, Arkill is actually working this time. But basically, at this point, you should be able to run your other things like Avast to kill anything that's left off. Another thing you can download that is really important for fixing things like this in a heavily infected machine is Combofix. I don't know if we're going to be able to download it or not. It all depends on if we're infected with the file infecting virus or not yet. If we aren't, we might be able to do this. If we are, we might be kind of fucked. Obviously, we have to install some adware on this machine. And things are trying to fuck with me. I'm just trying to search Combofix. That's all I want is Combofix. That's really all I want. Oh, I forgot I disabled the internet, so let's fix that real quick. Settings. We're going to need the internet to turn on just temporarily. And we're going to connect and go to Combofix and hopefully get that on our computer. Hopefully. So at this point, we should have the internet, hopefully. I would hope, in general. Although the internet might be completely fucked at this point as well. I'm not really sure. All depends on how badly infected Windows is. There's a certain point, you reach as a malware expert, where installing the operating system and formatting it is probably the best choice. In this case, would probably be the best idea instead of trying to figure this out, this way. But this is definitely one way to help cleanse your PC if you have a heavily infected PC and you want to try to save it. If you're not infected with anything that's super malicious, like a file infecting virus, you could probably eventually get it clean. But you have to do some heavy digging and cleaning to do so. Why can't we enable this stuff? It's dead? I don't know, it might be dead. Alright, that's not working. So we'll try Internet Explorer with no add-ons, which somewhere around here. Internet Explorer. I don't know if I can run it with no add-ons. Just go to the home page. Our homepage got fucked by Ask, if I remember right. Yeah, it did. So anyway, we want to search Combofix. At least Internet Explorer is working, so Chrome might be dead from those extensions, but maybe, just maybe, we might be able to still save this PC, potentially, if we're not infected too heavily. Probably kind of fucked to the point where you might be like, oh, Combofix is loading, never mind. Now, the hope and the prayers is that we don't have the file infecting virus. If we do, the only solution, and I'm serious about this, is literally to format your computer. Make sure you format it, because otherwise it doesn't go away. Here's more adware. Fuck the adware. Fuck your adware. We don't care. Red Hat. We just want our fucking malware. Anti-malware, I should say. Oh, this adware. Stop, please. Too much. Oh my god, this adware is annoying as shit. Combofix download. We're just going to go to the download now page, because this page is not available. Well, I really don't care. As long as it gets to the page to where it pops up the download for Combofix, we might be able to do this. Maybe. Downloading Combofix. It doesn't start automatically. Click here. There we go. Okay. We now have Combofix, so assuming the computer's not too infected, this will save the computer effectively. If it's not too infected. By too infected, I mean the file infecting virus. If it is, we're going to get a very unpleasant notification about that. Avast's service is not running. Well, let's resolve that. Avast, go. Do your shit. Start now. Start now. Do something. Resolve. Turn on. Turn on. Resolve. Turn on. Resolve. Turn on. Turn on. Turn on. Turn on. Resolve. Oh, Avast might be working. Maybe. I'm not sure what happened to our good old Combofix. It went somewhere. Should have opened up, but it didn't for whatever reason. Combofix, where are you at? My blinder's Combofix gone. And bam, and bam, and bam. Wonder where Combofix went. I guess Combofix died. We clicked an ad on Avast, apparently. We're gonna scan for viruses. We'll do a full system scan because it's kind of important to do right now. So we'll let that go in the background and then try to run Hitman Pro, which is a very important software as well for removing viruses. It's also really effective, probably more effective than Malwarebytes is in some cases. However, it also takes a lot of system storage space as far as scanning, so let's see, we're gonna we want to make sure we got all of our scanning checked. We don't need a scheduled scan, we don't need a license or any of that, although we do need to temporarily license this, so we'll just say f@f.com because we don't really need the software. In your case, you might want to actually activate it, but I guess that's up to you as a user to determine. It is good, valid software, however not necessary to activate like that, so anyway, Avast is a pretty good software as well. Not recommended whenever you have Malwarebytes as an option, but I would personally run Malwarebytes and Hitman Pro if you think you're infected. You know, it's the best thing you can do. But if you're heavily infected, definitely make sure you run more things like Combofix if that ever gets found and opened. I think it might be gone. I'm not sure what happened to it, honestly. Anyway, we're going to try to open up Combofix. While we try to scan our system with this, I want to just run a performance scan because I really don't care. And that should very, very quickly scan the system. In my experience using this on my own computer, my host PC, it went through really fast. So I believe we have some things blocking us from connecting to the internet, so hopefully Hitman Pro will take care of that. Generally, Hitman Pro does a good job of that kind of thing. So anyway, let's try to fix some things while we're at it. We got to change this back to Google. I hit my microphone with my hand. That must have been loud as fuck for you guys. Anyway, we're going to set default here. Or that. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to just use default. Google.com. Use current. Apply. It's probably going to get pissed. Anyway, we got to make sure we're not getting redirected to things too. Because that's somewhere in here. Programs, blah, blah, blah. Somewhere in there. I don't remember what setting it's under. Is the redirection type things. Browsing history, change search results. Search defaults, I mean. Live, ask web search. You got all these shit you got with the Windows now. Toolbars and extensions. Is there any that you got installed for Internet Explorer? Oh yeah, there is. Definitely. These are the malware, so we'll disable them. We don't need that. We also don't need WinSearch, not verified CN people. That does not sound like something we need, so we'll get rid of that. We don't need IE plugin class, I don't think, but we'll leave it there for now. Avast online security is actually a good thing, so we'll leave that around. And yeah, we'll leave that stuff around. Good. Internet Explorer is kind of fixed. In the meantime, though, Hitman Pro has found all kinds of viruses, as you can see. We got ALG, and we got shit for days. We got riskware, we got tracking cookies, which aren't a bad thing necessarily, but in this case they are really bad, in fact. But I actually have some of these on my host machine, and they're not necessarily a bad thing. It's just ads, you know. Even Google gets tracking cookies. But as you can see, there's viruses galore still remaining on this machine, even after Malwarebytes took a run through it. And Avast should be hitting some things too. Yep, it's got 11% of the system done. Got 188 things infected, 189. So yeah, it's got a lot of stuff, basically, going on. Got good old Avast's virus chest. Got a lot of things trying to clean the system at once here. MBAM is pretty much dead. One of those viruses must clearly target MBAM. This is Malwarebytes anti-exploit right here. That's what MBAR is, but I'm pretty sure that might be dead at this point too. I'm not entirely sure, but I would reasonably assume, you know. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it'll still run. Oh, it's doing okay. So we're gonna scan the system with this too, because that's kind of essential. So, well, this is not the anti-exploit. Actually, this is the anti-rootkit, which is another important thing to have around, because in this case there is rootkits on this computer. So yeah, basically this is how you uninfect a heavily infected system. And even this might not fully uninfect it. But I'm going to skip to the end of this and hope you guys enjoy. See you guys soon. So as you can see, we got a notification here about a rootkit from Avast, apparently. We got the VITch for a rootkit, which happens to be Viroot. So we did get infected with Viroot. That would explain why Combofix never ran. This may be a sign of a malware infection. It is recommended to delete now. Good idea. I agree. Boot time scan, restart the computer, and Avast scan. Yeah. Probably restart the computer now? No, we're not restarting the computer now, Avast. That's a horrible idea. In fact, that's a really bad idea. Anyway, as you can see here, it's going to continue to scan through the system. At this point, we have 39 malware infections found by Malwarebytes anti-rootkit, which I can only assume are all the rootkits currently running, as well as Avast over here going insane with 54 detections, and it's only 33% done, keep that in mind. And then we have good old Hitman Pro, which is almost done up here, and it's got about 9 minutes in right now, and we got all this. Look at this. There is 964 things in here, and 145 more to go. So, that there's malware viruses for days. Now the virus ones, these are all Viroot. These are possibly real actual applications that got infected by Viroot, so that's not a good thing. Like checkdisk.exe might actually be the real checkdisk.exe, but it got infected. And if that's the case, it's going to replace it, see, with real uninfected copies. So the whole point of Hitman Pro, hopefully if you have Viroot, you know, is to isolate any Viroot it can find and to replace anything that has been infected by Viroot with a real uninfected copy, which is potentially usable, and as long as Viroot does not find its way around this even once to keep infecting the system, would be a viable solution. However, knowing Viroot, because it continually just keeps repatching things over and over again, even after the second you get done deleting things, if any bit of that escapes even for 1 second, your entire system becomes reinfected by Viroot because it just spreads continually. You know, it slowly but surely deletes everything on your system that is an EXE. You know, at least that's the only thing I've seen it target anyway, is the EXEs. As you can see, they're all Viroot. So we also have all this MindSpark and AskBar shit and the suspicious fake antivirus. Yeah, that's definitely suspicious. That was found. It's infected with Viroot too. So now they're just getting all kinds of names here. Our names, basically, everything in the system has been infected at this point. Literally every file. If you were to restart Windows, it probably would not boot at this point because Viroot has infected everything. So there is a certain point where if you're infected with Viroot, your system is just done. You know, it cannot reboot. It cannot fix itself, you know. It's basically left up entirely to yourself to find a way to fix it, which the only real solution, once again, is to reformat your hard drive completely and remove everything on it and then install Windows all over again. Really, that is the only real solution to getting rid of it. And if you have a lot of stuff on your hard drive, if that was your main hard drive especially, that can be crippling, especially if you're a business or something like that. So basically, Viroot sucks ass, and if you get it, I feel really sorry for you. And we come down to the last few seconds here as Hitman Pro is winding down to its end of the system. There's only two things remembered here. And now we have 963 items, and the faster we can get rid of them, the better, because this might actually solve our root problem, although I highly doubt it. It'd be great if it could, but I highly doubt it. Windows must install. Well, unfortunately, we don't have the CD for that, so we're just going to say OK, and I guess lose it. Insert your Windows X, sure, Drive D. I believe it's still installed, so it's just going to pull from the directory, but really there's no real way, unless you have the system disk at this point, to fix this system. There was no real way in general to fix this system, once again, because of how it's infected, so basically it's just going to continually ask this a bunch of times because all these services are essential to Windows running, so you're fucked, you know, that's basically what it's telling you. If you get that message once at all, basically ever, you're fucked. That's the end of the story. Because there's nothing you can do, you know? You're infected with Virut, and the longer this takes, the more Virut spreads, the more things that get infected, you know, so. And unfortunately, there's no way to maintain system stability otherwise, you know? You're just dead. Your computer's done. Everything's infected. Any file you had, any exe is now infected with Virut. So if you try to run a program, it's probably not going to run, you know? And basically, there's nothing you can do. You just gotta hope, pray, and nothing bad happens. You got the Ask toolbar still going on up here. You got Chrome, which is heavily infected nonetheless. We're going to try to go into Chrome, and we're going to try to get down Combofix again, but I'm pretty sure Combofix cannot run because of Virut being present in the memory. And there's no way to get rid of Virut, so I think I've said that enough times this video, but it's true. Really no way to get rid of it at all. Thankfully, the task manager still runs at this point, so. As you can see, we don't have a whole lot going on in the task manager because most of the malware at this point has been killed, but there is definitely, secretly, things running in the system that are completely harmful to your system, like Virut. You know, there's only 30 processes, but of those that are actually running, somewhere is bad processes, you know. You may not see them, but they're definitely there. I'm pretty sure Chrome's still unusable. Might be able to go to the extensions of Chrome and take care of those in the meantime. But yeah, there's really no way to fix this stuff, Avast. Yeah, thank you, Avast, for letting me know. Remove the bad add-ons. That's a good idea. That's actually... Thank you, Avast, for being actually really helpful. That's actually really intelligent. Require me... I want to be Google... Complete free cleanup. Yes, Avast, thank you. Can't see this shit. Cleaning up my browsers, yes please. It's going to close them. It's going to clean them up for me. Which is really helpful. Avast is honestly one of the most helpful antivirus solutions out there as far as actual helpfulness. So, that's great. Google's back. I don't know how it's going to work or not, but it's uninfected. At least as far as those browsers go. Those ones anyway. I don't know about all of them, but some of them are definitely fixed. Although I'm almost certain at this point that Chrome would be infected with Virut, so it's basically unusable. Because it's an exe and it was downloaded, it's impossible to use at this point, for the most part. How's Avast doing? I can't see because of Task Manager, that's what's in the way. It's almost done. Which means that this one must be almost done over here too, finding its malware. Basically, you're going to sit here for a couple hours if you want to try to fix this, just clicking the OK button, but you're not going to be able to fix it. That's what it comes down to. You could sit here all day if you wanted, and you're not going to be able to fix it. You're basically waiting at this point to try to go in Internet Explorer or something else to rather run it. We've basically got errors for days from here on out. Combofix. Our browser seems to have repaired itself, which is good. Oh. Hitman Pro is lagging. Well, something fucked my, oh, it was some Virut that fucks your system's text up eventually. This is going to try to block Combofix on me if I remember right. It's the Virut virus. It prevents Combofix. That's one of the #1 things it prevents because Combofix is something that can legitimately kill it. So, it's basically impossible to download Combofix from here on out. Oh, we got one of them. I don't know if it's working or not, but we got one somewhere. This is just going to keep popping up continually. Got a browser download of it going on. I don't know if it's actually going to download or not, but hey, it's there somewhere. Making them open them up infinitely, apparently. I'll just end these, I guess. Oh, I can't. Never mind. So yeah, basically at this point you're fucked, and that's about all you can do. So you gotta find a way to download Combofix. If you can do that, you might be okay, but you're probably not gonna be able to find a way to legitimately download it. And Windows itself is unusable at this point, so Combofix itself has a malware virus on there, or web advertisement. It's kind of sad, really. Of course, I can't fucking see it because it's popping up every 5 seconds. Where's Combofix at? Alright, download. Oh, I didn't need to hit cancel on that. I had to hit OK. Oh well, I guess my system stability's fucked now. Where's the download at? Oh. Bleeping computer. Basically, there doesn't seem to be any other way other than bleeping computer to officially download Combofix, which is kind of unfortunate, in all honesty, because it doesn't always work. Oh, there we go. You got one of them. Run it. Combofix will try to terminate all running processes too if they can get to that point, but probably not. Combofix probably can't do anything at this point. Everything's kind of fucked. It's going to try to back up the registry, which is kind of a downside at this point because the registry's fucked. Yep, Combofix just killed everything. And Combofix self-terminated, it seems. We'll download it again. We'll save it this time. Put it in downloads. Combofix. Combofix. Run, run. Basically, your system's dead, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it at this point. You know, in all honesty. Combofix is the real solution if you don't have heavy infections like this, one with infects viral patching. But uh-oh, Combofix self-terminated and killed a vast, looks like. Oh, yep, see. Now you're infected with Viroot, which is basically you're fucked, you know. The second it hits your system is the second you're fucked, basically. And then for the sake of this video, we're just going to stop. We're going to show the results. We got Viroot all over the place in every single system thing automatically. So we're just going to apply, and basically you're done. And your system is dead, you know. Nothing you can do. Viroot has infected everything, you know. If you reboot at this point, Windows is not going to boot, you know. So basically, say farewell to your install, because once it's rebooted here, your system is dead, you know. Just for the sake of this video, I will do a quick restart. In fact, I'll just do it the normal old-fashioned way that a normal user would. I will turn off the computer, I will restart, and as you'll see, the system should be able to never boot again, ever. It should be effectively fucked, you know. Like, this system should be fucked harder than people in GTA are, you know, so Windows is shutting down. It'll shut down properly. It should shut down completely, entirely, you know, but that'll be the last time your computer will ever officially shut down, because it'll never turn on again after that. You'll get to the boot screen. You'll generally get to the boot processes, but for the most part, you're never able to boot again. In some rare cases, which may be in this case, you might be able to boot back into Windows, but it's completely useless, you know. You can't run EXEs. Your system's still infected by God knows what else, and you're just basically screwed. Now, this is a really rare virus, thankfully, Viroot is, but it is still out in the wild, as well as a few other type of virus, you know, forms like it, like Ramnit and a couple other ones. They're out there, they suck, and they completely fuck your system. So if you get them, you really, really are just sincerely destroyed your system. You fucked, you know. So can't even say that enough time, because I can't even express how badly you're fucked if you get this. But as you can see, the system reboots itself, logs on, tries to anyway. And if it does successfully, great. If it doesn't, your system is done. You know, your system is dead. If you're fast enough, you can still run some antivirus programs. If you're quick enough if you realize you have an infection like this, you can go and you can quickly go to your safe mode and potentially stop it. But even in safe mode, it'll still have issues. Malwarebytes encountered a problem. Our malware wants to run on boot up, as you can see. We haven't even done anything yet, and it's all kinds of issues. So basically, you're done. You're dead. Your system is screwed. Our kill may be able to kill some things, but definitely not everything. There's probably all kinds of malware tasks, honestly, running. Because we haven't been able to clean our system. Yeah, see, there's all kinds of malware tasks that's running. We just killed them all there. It's trying to fix some things. Our kill will do its best, but there's only so much it can do, you know. Task manager is usable now. 37 processes. This should kill some of them. Yep, slowly but surely killing some of them. Anyway, yeah, that's basically a demonstration video. At this point, you're screwed. Your system is done. You're dead. This will try to block your exploits for you, but there's not a whole lot I can do at this point, so. One thing you can do, reinstall Windows, or if you're in the case of my case, I can just go back to a different previous version of Windows, so. As you can see, all these processes that are still, after all that anti-malware work we've done, just completely starting up Windows and fucking the system, so. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see more like this, if you want to see me fuck with some scammers, stuff like this. I have a ton more malware too. I literally have a whole pack of over like 600 different types of malware. And in there's malware from 1998 all the way up to now, so let me know if you want to see that. I'm going to show you guys real quick one awesome thing I can do because I have this awesome ability. I can just do this, and ta-da, my system will now reboot and be uninfected because I have a virtual machine state. Oh wow, I can't talk today. Virtual machine state, there we go, in which I saved prior to doing this where my system was uninfected. It only had anti-malware programs and that was about it. However, because we infected ourselves with Vyroot, returning to that state might not actually be a viable option. In fact, Vyroot is very dangerous and should be removed immediately from your system. So, have a great day, guys. I love you all. Hope you learned something from this video. I hope you enjoy it. It's going to take me a while to edit. And yeah, hope you appreciate it. Leave a like again if you enjoy. And I'll see you guys in another video coming soon. Hexxium out.
Yeah.